So, Gyana Ranjan,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
Sir, I'm fine. Thank you.
Speak something about yourself.
Sir, as you said, my full name is Gyana Ranjan Behera. Sir, I am 24 years old. Sir, I have done my high schooling as well as intermediate from Government High School and College in Raulkela. And then, sir, I have done BTech in Civil Engineering from College of Engineering and Technology in Civil Engineering discipline. Sir, I have graduated in the year 2020 and since then I have been preparing for civil services. And sir, this is my first attempt and first interview.
Okay. So now you are engaged somewhere.
No, sir, I am solely preparing for this service.
As you said, you have completed +2 in Raulkela
Yes, sir.
and then in BPSR Civil Engineering,
Yes, sir.
right? Apart from steel, what are being produced in Raulkela steel?
Sir, I am not fully aware, but it produces crude steel as well as sellable steel, sir. But apart from steel, sir, I am unaware.
Okay. As your record says, you belong to scheduled caste, right?
Yes.
So there are so many caste discrimination in Indian society. I don't know whether you are or not in Muribahal, a 15 years young boy was killed because of this caste discrimination. Have you heard about it?
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
Anyway, so what are the provisions in the constitution about the eradication of untouchability, caste, and other things?
Sir, Article 15 has mandated a obligation on state to prevent discrimination on ground of caste, sir, in order to avail the public spaces like temple, markets and other common properties. And Article 16, sir, also prevents discrimination in terms of employment, as well as it provides positive discrimination towards scheduled caste and other weaker sections. And sir, Article 17 talks about abolition of untouchability. And sir, in directive principle of state policy also, it mandates the state to take proactive actions in raising the nutritional as well as employee livelihood opportunities for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. And sir, fundamental duties also puts a moral obligation on all the citizens to have common brotherhood transcending this non-democratic institution like caste. And apart from it, sir, the National Commission on Scheduled Caste has a constitutional obligation to work for the welfare of these communities as well as prevent exploitation.
Have you heard the name of Dr. Vihar?
Yes.
Yes. So Dr. Bhubaneswar has done many things for the eradication of caste, annihilation of caste, and also Gandhi told that the untouchability is a crime. Can you differentiate between these two great people? What are their motive? I mean, what was their clear but objective regarding eradication of caste? There are two different distinct views. Although they were in a particular point of time, in a particular issue, they've been working, but there are, difference approach.
Sir, the idea of Gandhiji was basically the liberal attitude towards reforming the casteism.
Whose attitude was liberal?
Sir, Gandhiji's. But B.R. Ambedkar talks about the radical reforms that we need to evade such a deep entrenched unequal structure. So when Gandhiji vows for the change in heart as well as appeal by force of appeal, Ambedkar talks about the use of law to empower these downtrodden communities, and he thinks that sir, the B.R. Ambedkar thinks that it is so pervasive that only a moral appeal or based on feelings it is very hard to reform. So he emphasizes the role of state to bring positive reform in the status of scheduled castes.
Gyana, you have mentioned here in your favorite motivational songs.
Yes.
What kind of motivational songs you know? And from which singer you have been motivated? Through songs.
Sir, I don't have such a particular singer, sir, but I listen to a number of singers.
Can you name one or two singers who sings about motivation?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall at the moment.
Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So Ranjan, so are you acquainted with artificial intelligence?
Yes, sir.
So what is artificial intelligence?
Sir, artificial intelligence tries to mimic the memory part that has been used by humans to generate automated responses when given a prompt to it.
So now it is like it is predicted that it's going to play a big role in our society, isn't it? So if you are posted as the education in the Department of Education, so what do you do to link AI into the system? How you can link?
Sir, like every scientific revolution, artificial intelligence also is a double-edged sword. So it has much potential benefits as well as risk associated with. So sir, my first aim should be to bring a comprehensive policy as well as law to regulate these spheres where it can be used. And sir, secondly, after delineating these areas that can be benefited from it, second would be sir to train a number of manpower so that it can be better utilized. Like sir, it can be used in enhancing the education of students, like it can be given a proper well structured responses to students query. So second would be sir developing manpower and more research on it. And third one sir, also we should also certain values of ethics should be also ingrained into the use of AI so that it should not be misutilized, like the in case of plagiarism and copyright issues. These will be sir my initiative.
Sir.
Okay, Gyana, tomorrow Prime Minister is supposed to visit France. Can you tell me why has he been invited for tomorrow, 14th of July?
Sorry sir, I don't know sir.
Okay. What is your view, Gyana, on India's stance on diplomatic recognition to Afghanistan?
Sir, initially India was in a dilemma to give recognition to and have missionary emissions on Afghanistan, recognition of Afghanistan, because it had bad past experience when Taliban take over the government in Afghanistan. But sir, since now the Taliban government enjoys legitimacy from across the world, so India later sir only tried to engage with the Afghanistan government to protect some of its interests, like the investment in Afghanistan as well as Indian diaspora in that country. But sir, at the same time it also tries to bring consensus with the like-minded countries to the need to uphold the human rights among the Afghanistan citizens, sir.
Okay, Gyana, you said that Taliban enjoys diplomatic relation globally. Can you tell me which all organization or countries have recognized Taliban as of now?
Sir, some of the major global powers like United States of America and Russia as well as neighboring countries like Pakistan have been engaged in the diplomatic process during peace process and smooth takeover of government in the Afghanistan, sir.
But didn't the US forces leave Afghanistan?
Yes, sir. In the past, US government had tried to defeat Taliban for its own interest against the fight against terrorism. But sir, soon it realized that what Afghanistan needs is the reform within. So, and having experienced such economic as well as manpower losses, sir, so it finally decided to withdraw its forces from Afghanistan, sir.
Okay, Gyana, what is your view on the Sherpa track diplomacy?
Sir, the Sherpa tool diplomacy has been used in various G20 negotiations where the Sherpas from different countries try to meet and they decide the agendas that have to be discussed in various meetings and summits, and they try to bring positive attitudes as well as outcomes oriented results so that when leaders meet at the summits.
Gyana, here you have mentioned that what reform steps you would like to take if you are posted in KVK. What is the full form of KVK?
Sir, Kolahandi, Balangir, Kandhamar.
No, it's Kalahandi, Balangir and Koraput. Right? Anyway, so you want to improve the health and education. That means the question speaks about the reformation. And you have mentioned about the health and education. What kind of gap you have been observing in the government schemes as regards health and education so that you will reform it? What kind of gaps? What are the gaps? What are the grey areas as per you?
Sir, in the education sector, sir, the government approach has been to provide the ways and the methods which has been provided to mainstream Odisha society in that region also, sir, which in a way, sir, also alienate the tribal youth, sir. So it results in.
Which is alienating?
No, sir. Sorry, sir. It is not actually alienating, but sir, in the meantime, it results in poor retention policy as well as higher dropout. So I think, sir, the education pedagogy in those areas, especially, should also revolve around the tribal customs practices. Like they have been very close to nature, sir. So the formal education should be supplemented with supplementary activities like the visits as well as some functional literacy like agriculture, farmhouse or kitchen gardening also, sir. And they also, sir, need a better retention policy by identifying the potential.
See, Gyana, Actually, regards education, as you told, there are a lot of dropouts. In Balangir and Kalahandi, even in Korapur, people are migrating from their district and going to Hyderabad, Chennai and different places. And along with the family, obviously, their children are also moving. So, how you will provide, what kind of approach you will take in order to provide education to those children?
Sir, in the short term, Odisha government should focus on identifying and registering such migrants, laborer who.
It is there. Labour Commission have been doing it.
The second one would be to maintain better interstate policies so that the education aspects of those children can be taken forward in those states. And these are long term goals should be in trying to prevent those distress migration by creating better opportunities locally in territory of Odisha, sir.
So there are NJNRG program is running and other program is not running. In spite of that, people are going outside.
Sir, better implementation as well as better enumeration.
So you mean to say that there is some gap while implementing the programs?
Yes, sir. One aspect is in implementation, and second aspect is the push and pull factors that push and pull factors are outwards. The demand and supply of labor condition and wage rate that also attract these migrant laborers to other states, sir.
As regards health?
Yes, sir. In health, sir, there is a problem of hesitancy among the tribal as well as poor population to get formalized health care. So, sir, better focus should be on ASA workers who would be act as a link between the formal institution and the common people. And second,
are they not doing it? ASA workers are not doing it?
Yes, sir, they have been doing it. I think, sir, more focus can be given by also accepting some of the demands of ASA workers so that they get better service opportunities as well as their personal growth, so that they are more motivated towards such issues. And second one would be, sir, the focus more also, sir, focus should be there to mobile van or mobile hospital so that basic healthcare services can be taken to the doorstep, especially in the inaccessible areas.
Mobile hospital?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Yeah. Suppose you are posted in Malkalli, your first posting. Okay. So what are the problems the right people face in Malkalli?
Sir, they face, first one is, sir, basic needs like.
But there is one major problem.
Sir, the left-wing extremism is still there.
Extremism.
Yes, sir. Second one.
So many tribals are attracted to nationalism. So now you are posted there. So what innovative ideas you will create? Because everyone is doing, so some innovation has to be there. What innovative idea you will create so that nexus is broken and people are, they can be taken out of the camps. Okay, that Naxal camps. So what you will do?
Sir, I would focus on two aspects. One is the restoration of law and order to restore peace in those regions, and second one would be, sir, to focus on the developmental aspects, because just restoring law and order without commensurate development aspects will alienate them in later words.
So what outreach program you can take up? Some outreach program with the tribals? Anything?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Suggestions? Because suppose you have joined as a OAS, you are posted there, so you have to think out of the box, isn't it? So then only you can be successful. So a lot of tribals are taken up by them. So if you go there, also you can be kidnapped also. So all these things are there. So how you manage that?
Sir, first I would increase the contact with people, and second one, sir, I would take the help from the local institution like Panchayati Raj institution to change the mindset about the local governance there, sir, and towards the district administration. Third one, sir, I would use social proofing as a technique where, sir, earlier some militants who have surrendered before the Odisha government, and Odisha government has a better surrender policy also, sir, to equip them with better livelihood opportunities so that they and their future generation don't resort to such Naxalism activities. And
Okay, good. Yeah.
Okay, Gyana, nowadays you know that there is a tussle between the Chief Minister of Delhi and Lieutenant Governor of Delhi on some legal issues. Can you tell me what are the issues?
Sir, I think it is regarding the administration of civil servants as well as the day-to-day activities of governance, which the elected government of Delhi feels that it is against the democratic norms that has been there in constitutional with the virtue of Constitutional Amendment Act, and also, sir, it goes against the previous verdict of Supreme Court, which, sir, held that the democratic elected government should have greater voice in the functioning of day-to-day activities, and the Lieutenant General or the central regulations should focus on the land, law and order and police aspects, sir.
Okay, because you have stated here that you are also concerned about social issues. We are talking about Naxalism. Can you tell me what is the concept of Salwa Judo?
Sir, I am not able to recollect fully, but in that case, sir, the tribal population or tribal youths have been used by equipping them with arms in fight against the Naxalism, which the court held that it is unethical and they cannot be used such. The law enforcement agency cannot shift their responsibility towards such unequipped and untrained tribal youth, sir.
So, last question. Actually, you have mentioned here the social issues. So I would like to ask you, based on this social issues. See, in tribal population now, one new ideas have been emerging. The tribals are not Hindus, and they must follow their own religion, that is sadhana. What is your take on it? Sadhana. Have you heard sadhana?
No, sir.
You have not. So, have you heard that the progressive, the tribal people, they are protesting that they are not Hindus?
Not, sir.
You
Recently
have
I
not
heard
heard
about their
You
protest
have not heard about it.
UCC.
I will just prescribe one book after this program, after this, your exam is completed. You read one book. Why I am not a Hindu, written by Kancha India. Once upon a time, he was professor in Osmania University. You read it. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.